Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the UWF Football Show, our first of 2024. Coach Kaleb Nobles, head coach, is here. I'm Will Kennedy, and we got a game in last night. It was a Thursday night season opener with McKendree here at Penn Air Field. And, Coach, you had fall camp, had to go through all that, finally get a chance to get out on the field and take on somebody else.
No, our guys were ready to play and ready to go against somebody else instead of the Argos back and forth. We did a great job of showing up ready to play, playing hot, playing fast early. Thought our guys played very well. Obviously, there's a lot to correct on, but it's always a little bit easier to correct off victories.
You had some great storylines coming into this game, and 38-6 was the final. Last year, you go up there and beat them 35-3, but it was a costly win. You lose Will Breland, you lose Aiden Sweat. I think had 2 sacks in the game. Will's your leading tackler at that point of the season. They were both back last night. Cody Lowe, who hasn't played in a while, he was back at linebacker, plus some familiar names. Nice to have those guys back.
Oh, phenomenal to have them back. They're all great leaders. First of all, great men, great football players. They had a chance to recover, get healthy, and be ready to play this year, and they played very well last night. Just watching the tape this morning, thought they were flying around doing a great job of doing what they're supposed to do. So excited to have them back. They certainly make us better as a team.
You were telling us that Cody Lowe knew exactly how long it's been since he played last.
633 days is what he said in warm-ups yesterday.
Since Ferris State back in 22. That is a long time to wait. So you held a secret. You had a nice battle at quarterback through camp, and you weren't going to name the starter. Your team knew, but didn't tell anybody till rolling out on the field. And it was Marcus Stokes, and you guys got the ball first on offenses. We'll take a look at some of the highlights. And, first opportunity, this is a young man who played a little bit, very sparingly last year, so his last real action was in high school. You got that first possession, didn't quite go where you wanted it to.
Yeah, no, but it was a good drive, though. It really was. And we get down to 3rd down, and we run a little mesh concept, and they bring a pressure that we probably should have been able to pick up a 5-0 lineman. And just an unfortunate thing, his route runner on the front side got collision, and just we had guys running open, but it was really an unfortunate interception. But I thought he moved the ball very well down the field the first drive, and you could tell he's kind of getting some first game jitters out a little bit. So excited about him. He's got a very live arm, and we're excited about the future with him.
There was one point in the first half where I was like, he's 7 of 8, but technically 8 for 8.
Right. Nobody shot the ball. Yeah, they caught it too, unfortunately.
Your defense was playing exceptionally well in the first half. I mean, Caleb Berry, their punter from McKendree, I think last year he punted 7 times for 250 yards. He was on track for that in the first half. You guys were all over it.
No, the defense played very well, and kind of what I expected of them, to show up and create some TFLs, create the 2nd and long, 3rd and long type of plays where it's tough on offense to move the ball. So very excited about them and how we handled the line of scrimmage yesterday.
So you're forcing punts, and Virgil Lemons is back there to return punts, and he gets your second possession going with a nice return.
He did. Yeah, Virgil had a couple great punt returns, and I told him last night, man, if you can take the ball back inside the 5 every possession, we're going to be just fine on offense. And he did a great job. We did a great job setting up a wall on there and running wide, getting as wide as we can. Great setup by Coach Rumswell. And so just excited about special teams and how they affected the game last night.
Short field after the punt return, and Jamontez Woods pumps in a touchdown.
No, running downhill. We got a good 6-0 lineman package there on the field, and something we didn't do last year. So great job of capitalizing on good field position.
Defense forces another punt the next possession, and another big punt return.
You get the same thing, basically the same play call, running downhill, and great job by special teams getting us down there, giving us the ball. Great job by us chasing the football, recovering a fumble to move it inside the 5, and exactly what we're supposed to do on offense when you get that gift wrap inside the 5.
Got a little tricky there. Ball got popped out. McGrew Fortune picked it up, and you go in short again. Jamontez with another touchdown, and then you force another punt, defense again, and 3 straight drives you get touchdowns in the first half. You're already up 14-0. This one you're able to do it not off the punt return. The offense does it.
For sure, yeah. We got backed up. It was should have been a 93-yard drive. So a great job by our guys of pushing the ball downfield, moving the sticks when we had to, and really getting out of our own territory. But exactly what we wanted to do, go capitalize on that field position and go get a touchdown.
You guys really, the defense was all over it. It wasn't just one guy or 2 guys. It was everybody contributing and putting a lot of pressure on their quarterback. Now, we were trying to figure out in the booth, did they switch quarterbacks? Because all of a sudden, Caleb Fisher, who we saw last year, is playing wide receiver.
Yeah, I think they kind of moved him around a little bit and messing, with offensive schemes, things like that. And then, obviously our guys were ready for a change, and we adapted well and be able to keep him in the pocket.
21-0 going to the halftime locker room. What are you telling the guys in there?
It's a 4-quarter game, and I wanted us to finish. It was a little bit chippy there for a second, and I wanted us to focus on what we control and not worry about anything else and play 4 full quarters of great football.
And stop the penalties, right?
And stop the penalties, yeah.
Well, that was the first half. We'll take a look at the second half next.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Well, Coach, you guys come out of the locker room, and they're going to get the football to start the second half. And whatever, Coach Rafik talked about in the locker room with them, it obviously sunk in with his team. Their offense was better in the second half.
For sure. They came out with the ball a little bit and thought they obviously made some good adjustments and, thought our guys handled the punch in the mouth pretty quickly. And obviously we chose to get the ball first and wanted to get our offense on the field quicker. And so having to start defense in the second half is something we haven't done a bunch, but excited about how our guys responded to the challenge.
You guys definitely had to keep an eye on Zero, Yogi Flagler, but he spread it around. Ty Michael, the quarterback that came in and really played the bulk of the game, he was moving it to different receivers, and they've got some talent.
No, for sure. Yogi's, like I said earlier before the game, he's one of the best players in the country, and you got to know where he is every play. And I thought our defensive guys kept him in check as best as we could. Offensively,
you get a great drive going. You're down inside the red zone, and you said it was on you. A play call. Marcus turns around, tries to fire it back across the field for a setup kind of screen, and a defender. One of those big guys got in, right?
Yes.
Number 99s rarely ever get an interception.
Of course, yeah. It was. We should have scored on the first down. Marcus held the ball a little bit too long, and we don't run the ball very well on second down. And then just probably not a good play call by me on third down, just setting our guys up for not the best play. So, but unfortunate situation, don't come up with points, but at least we're getting down the red zone and we got to finish now moving forward down there.
Your defense has forced a couple fumbles along the way. It's kind of a little bit back and forth, and you guys get that field goal, go up 24-0, and then their offense continues to move the football. I know the defense always wants to pitch a shutout, but eventually they were able to find the end zone.
No, of course, and excited for Kaleb Nobles to get his first college field goal, college points, and then defense. Yeah, you're not gonna play a perfect game. Obviously, we'd love to get a shutout, but offenses, they got guys on scholarship too, so. They did a couple good things there, and then but we responded well throughout the rest of the game.
They scored that touchdown, and what we always love to see is that your offense turns around and says, you know what, right back down the field,
For sure.
We'll put it in.
For sure. We could kind of tell, that the weather was a factor a little bit, humidity, so we tried to play a little bit faster, spread the ball around a little bit, get those guys running, and I thought the offense responded very well doing that.
Tell me, do we have a name for this package that scores this next touchdown, where we got three, it looks like a wishbone almost in the backfield. You got your two tight ends and a running back, and Big Mike Rich comes in down near the goal line.
He does, yeah. We call it Buffalo. So you'll see us on the sideline putting Buffalo horns up and kicking and getting 6 O-linemen, two tight ends and a running back out there. And it was I told Mike Rich, you're the most efficient player in the country. He was in for 3 plays and we scored on all 3. So I should put him in every play is what it sounds like. So great job by our guys moving a line of scrimmage and then executing the play calls.
Yeah, he looked like he might pass it and then he just tucked it in.
That's right.
I said this, he's gotten a little thicker.
In
a good way.
He's a great athlete too. He runs very fast and he's one of the more athletic guys on the team.
Defense continues to settle in, kind of, after giving up that touchdown. And then, we got used to seeing this a lot last year. Ralph Ortiz was a super freshman. Now he's a sensational sophomore.
That's right.
And another pick six. He just steps in front of a pass, and Ralph was all over the field.
No, Ralph's doing what Ralph does. He's a great player, and I'm sure he's going to be up for some accolades this week just because of tackles and pick six. But phenomenal player, phenomenal person. He did a great job last year, and he's keeping the success rolling this year early.
38-6 was the final score, and then they went in the locker room, Coach, with the water celebration.
Of course.
Yeah, got to, right?
Keep the tradition going. You win, you celebrate, and have fun with it.
Yeah, your crew, Joe Wintrick, Coach Wintrick said, hey, there's still some lights from a shoot we had the other day. You might want to get them out of the locker room because we plan on getting
That's
them
right.
after the
That's
game.
right.
So,
no, yeah.
Congrats, first win in
Thank
the
you.
book. We'll talk about what's coming up next.
For those who sweat in determined pursuit, and those who meet the morning with a firm handshake and a smile, and breathe between stages of unwavering effort. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
All right, 1-0 feels good. You guys have a little time off. This is kind of weird scheduling where you have 16 days between games. A bye week technically next week, and then we'll have West Al here at home on the 21st. It is Parents' Day for that game, and right into the conference play after this little bit of downtime.
No, it's kind of schemed up exactly how we wanted to. Obviously, we got a big game versus West Al conference game, and Brett does a great job up there, and so they've been really good for a very long time. Perennial playoff contender, and so somebody we know we got to get ready for, and we got 16 days to do it. So this is the most important game on our schedule because it's the next one, and so we're focused on them and playing at a high level.
A little bit of a revenge game, if you will. I mean, we had to go to Livingston last year. It was a really tough one, and they beat us 10-6 and kind of struggled to find the end zone in that game. We have seen them a little bit. They played Miles to open up. They won 16-15, and you get a chance to see them one more time before you play them.
For sure, and we'll really have a great opportunity to get ready for them. A lot of time off to recover, and our guys, we're not even really using last year's motivation just because it's so much of a different team, a lot of different people, and so we're not going to use last year as anything. We're just going to play our game and control. We can control next week when we play them.
Obviously, Virgil stood out. Ralph stood out. You know, the offense, Marcus getting a bunch of opportunity to get some meaningful in-game reps. Who else jumped out to you from game one?
Well, I think I was really pleased how our line played, and you know, we're not perfect. We've got a lot of new faces in there. We got a lot of things to work on, combo blocks, things like that. But I loved how they were chasing the football. You watch the film from things that people don't see with the naked eye, but these guys are 10, 15 yards downfield, helping carriers up, chasing the ball, blocking. And then secondary, I thought we played well. Zach Johnson played phenomenal.
Yes,
he had one play where he just gave up a little bit, right? One big play, but then he made 3 or 4 plays after that, punching the ball out. Responded very well, and that's who Zach is. He's a phenomenal player that not a lot of people know about, but they will know who he is this year.
I thought your 2 safeties, Cam Canterbury and DJ Barnes, both did a nice job.
No, playing very well, and they are what we think they are. DJ obviously starting every game last year as a true freshman, and Cam was a freshman All-American at Long Island University from Florida. So he's a great player, and we're excited to have him, and I thought they played phenomenal last night.
And the other guy, he didn't get a touchdown, but I think he had 99 yards on 8 catches. Corey Scott was, kind of Marcus's favorite target.
No, he was my favorite target last night because he caught everything and had almost 100 yards, and he's kind of a hidden gem. We've known what he's going to be for a while, and he's a really good player, and we're going to find ways to get him the football because he does really good stuff with the ball in his hands.
We had one tight end catch, but there'll be more.
That's right, of course. We're trying to get those guys as many touches as we can.
There's some big boys. Well, Coach, congrats again on the win, and we'll talk to you down the road. Bye week next week. Next game is right here at home, Penn Air Field on the 21st against West Alabama. Until then, Coach, we'll do it together.
Absolutely.
Go Argos.
Go Argos.